Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about Joshua Kimmich, who is, according to Florian Plettenberg, open to joining a new club. So let me show you guys my screen here. And as I said, this is coming from Florian Plettenberg. He's pretty trustworthy on anything coming from the Bundesliga, so Germany. And Kimmich has not yet re-signed with Bayern München beyond 2025, according to Florian Plettenberg. So this means, of course, he doesn't have much left on his contract. He is 29 or 28, I think. So this would be his last big move if he did decide to make it. So this is probably going to be a contested transfer. Bayern München, he might be a bit tired of Germany, you know. He's been there for 8 years, 9 years. He might be wanting to move. So the 5 top clubs that are in consideration for Kimmich are Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. Now, Barcelona, they don't have the money. Real Madrid, they don't need him, but they like to build grand teams, Galactico teams. Arsenal, they don't need him, and I don't think they will go in for him. Liverpool and Manchester City, for me, are the main ones. Now, Liverpool, Van Dijk is leaving, Klopp is leaving, Salah is probably leaving too. So that is 3 crucial people in that Liverpool gone. Now, I don't know if Trent Alexander-Arnold is saying, but Kimmich might be looking at that and saying, I might win more trophies with City, you know. So if he wants, he talks about the Champions League all the time. He wants the Champions League. If he wants to win the Champions League, Manchester City might be the preferable option. Liverpool isn't even playing Champions League now. They are the next season, but right now they aren't even playing Champions League football. So if he wants to win the Champions League, he might be considering Manchester City or Real Madrid. But I think he probably has an inclination to Manchester City, because he's been under Pep before. He's never been under Ancelotti. But assuming that he does come to Manchester City, which is certainly not certain, let's see what that would mean for us tactically. I've set up a tactical board here without actually giving a card chat or a player to Kimmich. Let's assume he gets number 6. Kimmich, there you go, welcome to the team. So I'm assuming that Silva leaves next season, because I do think he is. But Savio is going to be coming in, and he will be playing that right wing, obviously. That's just what Savio does. Alvarez can rotate with Savio. He can play on either wing. But please just don't put him in midfield, I'm tired of that. Grealish will probably be playing on the left wing if he actually manages to stay fit. And where does that leave Kimmich? Now, Kimmich has played a lot of games on the right back, but he is mainly a defensive midfielder, so that's Rodri's position. Now, are we bringing in Kimmich to replace Rodri? I don't think so. Is Kimmich going to be an attacking midfielder for us to replace De Bruyne, who is getting old and losing his legs a bit? No, definitely not. That's gonna be Foden and Oscar Bob. With Nunez too, but primarily Foden. And Echeverri, I suppose, but he's like 19 or 20 years old. We can't really say much about him yet. So what will Kimmich be doing in this team? Will he be playing as right back? Or will it be defensive midfielder? Or a controlling midfielder like Kovacic? Well, I don't think it's gonna be right back. Let's assume Walker leaves. I don't think he is. I think he's got a few extra years left, but let's say he leaves. Akanji has played right back very well already this season. So obviously, Akanji is just going to fill that spot. And who's going to rotate with Akanji? It's going to be Lewis and Gomez. It's maybe Guardiola. I don't think he's going to be playing right back though. So it's probably going to be Lewis and Gomez. So I very much so doubt that Kimmich will be coming in to play right back. So where does that leave Kimmich? He's not going to put Rodri out of the team, most definitely not. And Kovacic has been great so far this season. So how does Kimmich get into this team? He's probably not getting into the starting 11. He will start a few games, but he will always be coming in for someone else. He will be starting as a defensive midfielder, while Rodri is resting in a less important game. He will be starting as a controlling midfielder, while Kovacic is resting in a less important game. Or he'll be coming on as a substitute for either one. I don't see Kimmich as a starter at Manchester City, which might dissuade him from joining the club. At the same time, however, he has been under Pep before. This system is different from the Bayern system that Pep played, but it's quite similar at the same time. So Kimmich would pretty much feel at home immediately. He would win a lot of trophies, and he would get considerable game time. So, where does that leave Kimmich? Probably as a luxury player. If we're being completely honest, he's getting old. He'll probably be coming in as a luxury player, primarily rotating with Kovacic and falling in for Rodri if he's injured or if he needs to rest or something like that. So, that's my opinion on Joshua Kimmich. I would love to have him at the club. He would be a great Rodri backup. He is good at driving up the ball. Now, I haven't watched Bundesliga football in 2 years, to be honest, so I don't know if he has fallen off dramatically or not. I suppose not, because Manchester City fans are happy to see him, but or are talking about him happily. But we're also talking happily about Doku, and let's not talk about him right now. So, where does that leave Kimmich? As I said before, a luxury player who can come in anywhere in our midfield, even in Foden's position, to be fair, so he doesn't have that final pass in him. He does have some great assisting stats. If you look him up, Kimmich, 5 assists, 6 assists, 11, 10, 7, 13, does have some great stats regarding assists. So, you don't really see him as a playmaker, but he can do it. So, that's about it for Kimmich, really. I would love to have him at the club. Do I think it's gonna happen? I think it's possible. I don't think he is our biggest concern to get. But if we get him, I'll be very happy about it. He won't be a Gundogan replacement. He doesn't have Gundogan skills. He's just not as good. But he would be amazing to have. He would complete our midfield. He would allow us to rest Kovacic more. He would be a perfect bench player, or a perfect rotational player, should I say, for Manchester City. And that is why I would love to have him at the club, but I would also not be devastated if we didn't get him. That's all for this video. Bye.